I just got my first container of Pineberries, which is basically a whitish pink strawberry, an adaptation to the strawberry. So similar look. They do grow very similarly, but once I tried them, I knew I wanted to add them to my garden. So I went ahead and picked up this kit. It is 10 roots for only $5.98 from Home Depot, and I want to share with you how I'm going to be planting this and what my overall thoughts are. We also went ahead and ordered another bag of 10, which is coming shortly, but it is astronomically more expensive. So stay tuned because we are going to compare the two and see if there's a major difference with paying $6 for 10, whereas the other one I think was like $200 for 10. So really crazy different for the bare roots. So let's go ahead. We are going to get some pots ready and go ahead and see what these guys look like. It is still very much cold outside, so I went ahead and just got some pots for now. I filled them with some nice organic soil, and we're gonna go ahead, open up this bag and see what it's like. I'm also gonna be doing this inside just because it is a little cold outside and they're not gonna be ready to be planted outside just yet. Okay, so first off, there's a little bag. You can see I have around 10 plants in here. This is actually my second bag. So I do have another bag that I started about 2 weeks ago now that is already in the sun in another room. So I'll show you what they look like in a little bit. But let's go ahead and look at what these guys look like just out of the bag, what these bare roots look like. Okay, so inside of here, there should be about 10 root balls. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dump these out in the sink here. So that I can use water to separate them. So what's interesting here is they're gonna require full sun. They're gonna grow around at 8 to 10 inches in height. They're gonna be a nice fresh garden vegetable, and they say that they're easy to grow. Okay, so off the bat, I see there is a nice rubber band on here, and I'm starting to visually see a lot more of the roots. You can see there is some growth here, so you can visually see a few big ones, but we want to make sure that we can definitely piece these apart and get them buried in our pots. In regards to our planting, you're going to want to dig them around 2 to 3 inches deep with around 12 to 24 inches between them. Since I'm going to be putting them in pots, I'm going to place them a little bit cooler, and then we'll go ahead and actually space them out when they're in the ground, but this is just to get them started. Okay, I went ahead, rinsed them all out. So there's some nice root balls here. I did notice that there's only 8. There are not 10 in the bag. So first off, a little bit of a white lie there on the box from what's actually inside. They give me a little bit extra soil, so I'll sprinkle that on top here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and plant them in this soil. I'm then going to water and put on my windowsill, and I'm going to show you what they look like in around 2 weeks from now because I did plant some 2 weeks ago. So we'll see how they actually start turning out. But for the most part, I would say some of these are pretty strong, nice root balls. I like that they already have some leaves growing on them. Some of them, there was some breakage. So example, this one, it has a strong root ball, but the leaves that were on it easily just broke off once I took it out of the bag, and I was pretty gentle there. Like I said, you do usually want to be planting these farther apart. I do not have the luxury right now because it's a little just too cold outside. But once these get started here, I'm going to keep maintaining them, and then I'm going to move them outside into our strawberry beds. Now I'm gonna go ahead, water these, and put them in my windowsill. I've gone ahead and placed these in a nice window where it gets a good amount of light. These are the new ones that we just planted, so they're definitely looking a little weak. But as you go over, these are the ones we planted around 2 weeks ago. They started looking exactly the same as these. Again, I did buy a 10 pack, and you can see there's only 8 that made it. So just be mindful then all of them are gonna make it all the way through. But so far they are growing really nice with the water and sun. So a pretty high quality for a small amount of money. These pine berries from the store are delicious, and I can't wait to have some of mine growing out in our garden. Stay tuned. I'll be sharing an update as we get more into growing season. Otherwise, happy growing. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.